while I'm live. Alright. So I think it's better to start off with the hag for this one, right? You like that. So what shall... Actually... I think, in all respect, we should start off with the clown first. Just a warm-up match. And I see that my clown is severely lower level than my hag, but don't let that fool you. Okay. Basic perk setup. We got bamboozle at level 2, so we'll be able to go through windows faster. So we'll be able to cut off loops that they'll try to build up to like Clover Shack and any other loop with a window near it. We could just kind of walk through it immediately, showing them that we're not gonna put up with it. This will help me, like, it'll decrease the time it takes for them to get away after I swing at them, because every time you swing as the killer, if you hit them, there's a set time you have to wait for your attack to cool down to go back to 0. But this reduces that by every time I hit someone that's not my obsession. And we got Bloodhound, so basically anybody who is injured is going to be, their blood is going to be considerably more discernible, so it's going to be bright or red than what it normally is. And it will stay on the ground 30 seconds longer than normal. Sloppy Butcher to come hand in hand with it, it's usually found together, but it basically says when I hit a survivor with the basic attack, they suffer from the hemorrhage and the mangled status effect. And the hemorrhage moderately increases the survivor's bleeding frequency. And the hemorrhage effect caused by Sloppy Butcher is removed once the survivor is fully healed. As well as the mangled effect, it just doesn't state that right here. But as well as having it make it so it's less of drops of blood and more of a straight, like, line pool of blood. So if they try to get away from me, I have more of a chance to find them. If they kind of like try to go around the corner, I'll just see the blood into the room instead of just, you know, walking by because it was blacker than before, or not blacker but darker. I'm trying to think. So for add-ons, I need to have a survivor intoxicated. I wonder. If we make the afterpiece tonic cast bigger, and we made it so the invigorate effect lasted, like its duration was way longer, we can outloop a lot of people. Our speed will be on par. I would run like a bottle add-on to make it so there's more bottles that I can hold and that I come in with. But at the same time, I can't. Well, it just expands the area. So I could just replace that. But what with? The cheap gin bottle or the sticky soda bottle? 2 bottles or 1 bottle? They both go hand in hand. And having more bottles to be able to throw and have at my disposal will be a better advantage I'll have on them. But what place would we go? I could take them to Jigsaw's map. I might have actually a better chance there because there's a lot of windows that they would like to go through in that map. But at the same time, this is more open map, but also at the same time, they don't want to go there. I have too much bad experience with the killer at that map. So, I think a side press Mori would be a good thing. Kill the last survivor by my own hands. Just ensuring that last kill, if I ever get to it. I'm not like the best killer at the game, but I know that like, if they're not a survivor friends that are really good, like they have a good perk set up and they're all 4 friends, then I will have a higher chance of like letting them all go because I might get a good number of hooks on them, but it won't compare to their good teamwork and like strategy. So there's all there. That's all that. But if they're not as coherent, so if it's like 2 people and 2 people, both survivor friends, but they're not as a whole group working together, then I have a higher chance because I can pick off teammates from both sides, and it kind of makes both of the other teammates basically become lone wolves. They don't actually try to work together in a sense, not unless it's miraculous that they become smart and stuff. Sorry, small talk until the match starts because it takes forever for a match to start. But oh, never mind. We're there. Okay. See, I would say let's do some last minute changes. And you know what? Why not? We will put a cauterize. So while they're in my terror radius, they won't be able to heal us, but and the other reason why is because they're not running flashlights. That's the only reason why I'm running the bamboozled, is because they're running flashlights. I gotta worry about them like flashlighting me when I'm going through loops and stuff, and I want to be able to block off windows so that it's a shorter way for them to loop. So if they try to flashlight, they don't have really good exit windows. So the survivor goes through the pallet, like the killer shack window, and they loop back to the pallet. They throw down the pallet, and they're in the building. I can destroy the pallet. They can blind me, but they still would have to run through me, or they would have to run through the door. They couldn't go through the window because it would be a 12-second cooldown. And it doesn't look like they did any map offerings. It was just blood point offerings. And with this regard, I don't have to worry about any survivors, selecting where the hatch is going. So I don't have to pay attention to that really. I mean, I would have to look for it, but at the same time, I was never really worried about it. The hatch usually just pops up in the most, inconvenient moments. The moments you least expect it. Like the survivor, the last survivor literally is like sitting right there on the gen, and then all they hear is the hatch as soon as you kill their teammate, and it's like, alright. I get the game's kind of rigged, but it's okay. It's not rigged, but it feels like those moments. And sometimes, as a killer, you do walk into the direction of where the pallet is, or the hatch. But you don't really hear the sound, or you do hear the sound, and you're just blatantly just not listening clearly. Like I went to the building where the hatch is at, and I didn't even see it was on the other side. I kind of walked into the building, didn't hear it in the location, walked out the front door. If I just kept walking forward, I would have heard it. I just didn't let it be in my area of effect of where I could hear it. Its radius of sound, if anything. But this match is about to start, and we're about to see how this goes. Hopefully my internet can keep up with the fact that, you know, I'm live streaming right now. Close this laptop, just in case. We don't want no internet lagging behind. And now we're in the game. Oh, this is the exact map I was talking about where I messed up the whole hatch play. Well, not the exact map. Now, how we're gonna play is very like, we'll intoxicate them, yes, but we can also increase our speed, so we can do this right now. Wait for it to increase our speed. We already know no one's over there. We're gonna also increase it right there. Yep. Forget it. Do it on the other pallet. Okay, I'm kind of confused. I got a notification for one thing and then another thing. Yep, okay. Wrong person to hit, but at the same time, it's fine. Yeah, she went this way. Trying to mess that up, but it's okay. That really helped me out. This really ensures that you can make the distance, honestly. Because it gives you that, just that little bit of oomph that just says, yep, you can get. Okay, and that's fine, but we don't go over there because we just hooked her. There's a gen that's been on progress on here that I haven't kicked. We get it. We talk about here, and we see someone just chilling in the car. Somewhere. We go around, listen. And we hear. Go back. Because obviously she's not, they're gonna go save her right now. There's no way that they're not gonna go save her. Yep. Okay, never mind. Of course, we took the hit for her because she's going this way, but we'll go for us. Of course, I have saved the rest for last, but he already made me get the stats. Pallet, out of the way. Oh, this is to ensure that my effect stays in the basement, so I can keep getting stacks while he's in the basement. I stopped gaining stacks when he dies, so I have to gain as much stacks as possible before he dies. We're gonna destroy it. It'll be like a It does take a while for the gas to initially take hold. And that's why it's good to throw it far, so that when you get to the area, it's already loaded. We're gonna see if the person that was here, yes sir, they did, and I know where they went. Now they're gonna go in the gen in the basement because they think that I'm not gonna be going in there. They're also gonna be healing. As long as I stay in the area that they reside in, it's hard for them to heal. As long as they can hear my heartbeat, I'm still a problem. Okay.
Ow!
This time we'll leave him on the hook out here, so he's not here. But it's basically ensuring that he's not. Okay, I could have figured that out, honestly. So that one went that way, and the other one went this way. No, I don't think that they're just gonna keep running and running and running. Yeah, see. Another gen has been finished. Should really reload the bottles. This hasn't been top-notch gameplay though. That's why I said this is gonna be a warm-up match. I just didn't get a shot to save Survivor. Maybe it would be led to one. No, I kept calling them because they're very heavy healers. So it's not like this is not a useless perk. It's actually slowing them down quite a bit every time I get close into their proximity. See? It ensures that they have to kind of... Look at that. That's everything. It's that boosted speed that kind of gave me that edge. Now, we know that she's going to avoid areas. She was kind of playing mind games the whole time. That's why we got to pick up this and kind of realize why, or think why did the gas not give me any speed? No. Someone didn't heal properly. Okay, so they walked out the window. Okay, they ran. Which way did they run? I don't know what that was. That didn't affect me. I should have swung, but I didn't think it was necessary, honestly. I didn't want to swing and miss and then have it, like, decrease my movement speed too far. Perfect. Lower the speed, have to catch up a little bit. He's trying to hold me up as long as possible. So if I bamboozle in a second. If anything, they might be working on the gen down here. Honestly, thought I wasn't gonna hit him for that second. Close it off. Making it so forced to be able to go in the area he doesn't want to go. And yes, of course, he's trying to go over there. Got him. Of course, we're gonna reload our bottles to pop him. We get the invigorate status effect until the clown has walked out the gas. So we don't gotta worry too much. Not being able to bring him over. But we just gotta put him off the first switch. We can't even just hesitate. Okay, never mind. I messed up. It's too far, sadly. He's gonna get to the door before I can even get to him. Yeah. He's making his way. Yeah, no. I just simply can't let him go. Like I said, with the way that they were playing, it was obvious that they were all Survivor friends, and that's the exact thing I was talking about. You can't be a whole team of Survivor friends. It's impossible unless you have a stacked perk node or having stacked add-ons. Having increased movement speed is good and all, but at the same time, it just caused more problems because I wasn't able to, intoxicate them and slow them down fast enough, and I wasn't allowed to get much pressure on them. If I was able to get more pressure, it would be different. Like if I played Pop Goes the Weasel instead more, then yeah. See, they had borrowed time. They had both of them had borrowed time. The Meg had but no, I didn't see them most of the match. And I didn't get to hit intoxication either. Which is all fine and good. The time we played someone different. play someone that I haven't really played a lot of. I would say Blight, but not too well at it. Twins. That's a story. Now I gotta add some extra blood points to my currency. She needs some perks. At least put her on some edge. I have to go in there with my complete. This will put us on edge. It will allow us to get an extra bit lunch every time they get a gen done. We get a little token for that. Now we could, instead of playing Oppression, where when we damage a gen, it damages up to 3 random gens, also be getting regression. So if the generators that are being repaired by any survivors who are repairing them, they get a difficult skill check instead of they getting regressed. So, you know, it's a chance for them to mess up. Survivors reveal their locations when they interact with chests or, yeah. You know, we'll just keep the first 2 perks. You know, it'll help us get a feel of how she plays. Survivors who remove Victor suffer from the blind status effect. Displays the target location of pounce. So it increases pounce charge time. But so we're gonna play this, and we're gonna have movement. The reason why is so that we charge it up faster, but we get a feel on how far he can pounce and how it goes. Because you can't pounce through windows and pallets, but you can try to, like, if they do that whole window pallet stuff, you kind of just hide them and go back to the twin so that she can go back over there, because a lot of the survivors in the terror radius of him. But you can also kind of trick them. You can kind of play a mind game, and the reason why is sorry about that, my nose got stuck here a little bit. The reason why is because they'll think that you're gonna, if you sit still for like a good couple of seconds, they're gonna think that Victor is not Victor. Like he's just deployable right now, and they're gonna go over and kick him. But if I just sit there and make it look like that, and then just psych them out, it's better that way. Like Grandma's Cookbook, this is actually a really good map for the twins anyway. Because at this point, I'm allowed to kind of hide in the grass and stuff like that. I can actually use it as like a little deployable, not as a means to like oh, hit a survivor has him on them, they have to take him off, and I can chase him down while he's on them, such and such. Instead, I kind of play more into I'm using him as like a way to find survivors in areas that I wouldn't expect him to be. Like, I could simply just leave him at a gen and just go. Like, near a gen. Like, I could put him in a corner or some shit, behind a tree. I could put him, like, near a fucking totem. And that's the thing, I could have him sit in front of totems, and they would have to destroy him before they destroy the totem. I can kind of use him as, like, a little hag mod, which I will be playing hag. And showing off my effects with her. I think so. I hope it's gonna look pretty good. Got a bucket of finger-licking lickers. Finger-licking lickers. Full of fried fingers. Deep-fried fingers of that. Now, I would pray for a team that's not as bad as the other ones, where it's like great teamwork and stuff. But you know, these days that's all you're gonna get. You're just gonna get Survivor friends in this game, and that's what the true test is. Because at that point, it's what survivors would do: work together to work on gens and stuff, and that's what I have to kind of work on. But having that perk that regresses all other generators, like 3 other generators, while I kick one, is way, way better than me just going to every other one and kicking it. I can at least kick one and know that 3 other ones just got regressed at least. But if not, you know, like if they're working on the gen, they get the skill check, that's fine. But I had to make them do a whole skill check. When you're doing a skill check, it actually pauses on your progression as you, like when you're working on the gen, everyone's putting in their part. But your part is paused when you're doing a skill check, because that skill check decides on whether your current progress is going to regress, or if your progress is going to move up a little bit, or is it going to, wow, I should have played that chest ability. Huh. I kind of regret not playing it now. Yeah, they have an ace. I should have realized. He's going to give them good items. Like, they're all going to start popping up with good items because he's playing a plunderer's build. If I find a chest, I can kind of leave him right in front of it, and as soon as I hear that there's a survivor right in front of it, I'll just turn into him real quick. But that's the problem. It takes time for you to switch characters, so I can't just decide on switching in that moment, because I'm just going to end up switching back because they're going to kick him. So I should make it as like an initiative to move towards that area, kind of kick them off that chest, because that's also setting them back, trying to get items that they want. And getting sent to this map is kind of good because it's a bigger map. So yes, it is harder for me to kind of mitigate stuff, but the first thing I'm going to do is send them out. I'm not going to move from the spot I'm at. Yeah, okay. I was just deciding on what area I should go to. I should kind of hide, but at the same time. Oh, okay, it's like that. Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. Okay, they're not over here. But we can't make ourselves seen when we're going over there, because they're just going to immediately go off. Okay, that's fine. We kind of did that to get distance, but we know where they are now. They're in the middle area. So we switch controls, and then we see everybody's over there. And then we just make our way over there. I think our movement speed is actually slow. But now, they're gonna start, yeah. Off the gen? No? Okay, I was wondering why I didn't start off the chase. Okay, her run is garbage. That's why she has coup de grace. But, oh, I wasted it. But I think she realized that she needs to get away. Because if Victor's in the area, it just means that she has one more thing to worry about. Is a problem. So we're gonna use him to kind of seek her out. Because they kind of got a gen done. We have to establish where so they get enough gen done. I think I know where. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't talking through all that, but yeah, he's back. So that was a new feature that they had added for their character. Yeah, I used his back, it's fine. It's only an extra couple inches, and he destroyed it. Oh, dang it. But yeah, he doesn't try to walk, so. Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, this looks like a done match. No, we're not. Okay. Yeah, you play very original. My first suck, yeah. It's actually disappointing. They probably were doing it again right now. Yep. I figured that's what was happening. Because there was actually no way that she wasn't doing that gen. Oh, okay. Kind of wasted it, it's just sad because I keep forgetting that I have the coup de grace, and I keep forgetting of how... It's because Victor gets all the speed. Excuse me? Did she double back? No, they all went for the door. I think you can leave Victor on your back though, so it's not even like... Got on her. Yeah, they were charging up the door beforehand. But then she can't heal or anything, but yeah, they got rid of her. Bye, guys. Damn, they didn't even let me get that. That's depressing. The game understood what happened. They didn't want me to get that. No, I really did regret not getting that chest. Yeah, because they both have plungers instinct. And he was playing Ace in the Hole and 3 of a Kind, so it wasn't like they weren't going to get props off of that too. Oh, and they had Red Herring, so yeah, I could have got tricked up from that too. And off the record. Huh. they're running a good build, but at the same time, it wasn't good enough. Like, this would be good enough for me, but at the same time, if I was playing like the hag build that I like to play, it would actually be harder for them. Because I wouldn't have red herring stuff or anything like that. I just gotta let that sink in real quick. Huh? That's my YouTube. Yeah. Oh, why? Why? Why you get like this, bro? Why are you getting like this? No, finally. This game knew what I wanted. Now take away what I don't want. Yes, thank you. I didn't want the shoes. Now, if you look at my hack build, you will see that. Please excuse my brother. He's very ignorant to the ways of human society. He says that, but I know y'all are real. Y'all are there. Try to shatter my dreams. If I told you nobody was watching my streams, would you laugh at me? Figured. Now, what we're doing is a very invisible collision build. My traps will be invisible and give no, indication that they're being set off, but when they do set them off, they won't, or even when they don't set them off, they won't be able to walk past them. So if they try to cross past my traps, they can't. Like, they can, but at the same time, if I put them in an area where it's literally just a little tunnel, and the trap is taking up most of the space, they can't walk past it. Especially when they set it off, my Phantasm itself will have a whole collision. They would only be able to run through them if I hit them beforehand. So they kind of just, I don't know what that saying is called. I do, but I forgot. Kind of just damage buff. Now we're gonna play a build where it's gonna make them take a long time to get out from the end point. If I can hit my obsession a total of 4 times, it will make it so that the exit doors will take 16 additional seconds for the non-obsession to open up the exit gates, making it much, much harder for anyone else but my obsession will be focusing on. But I will be doing this whole thing where I chase them, I let them get away a little bit, and I'll increase my basic. Performing a basic attack or special attack spends one of the tokens, but the tokens will give me a boost in movement speed by 5%, and I can get up to 30. So every time I can hit the obsession the first time, and kind of let them run away, get a token, catch up to them, because this will allow me to catch up to them. This whole thing right here, and being able to set up traps at like key points like windows, pallets, loot points, it just helps that they don't know where they are. They might see where they are, they might try to maneuver around them, but at the same time, still giving me that advantage that they kind of have to move in the direction I want. And I kind of want that in a more enclosed map so I can kind of control where they go. And Hawkins, I feel like, because I don't have the game map offering, so it's just next best thing. And if I didn't have any map offerings to go with, I would have to go with this. That way they can't really flashlight my traps, because even if I put it down, they would have to try to shoot through it. And remember, when my traps get set off, they won't have any indication of where they are. Like, my phantasms will still pop out the ground and stuff. The whole thing is they can't see it. It's invisible to them, and they won't even know that they tripped the trap. Best part for me. Because, if I were to put Grandma's heart, it would make it so their screen turns where the trap would be, even if it's invisible. So it kind of distracts them, because they're like, why is there a sudden heartbeat in this direction? Like, it kind of tells them that I'm going to pop up in that direction, but where? It's very dangerous for that build just to not act like teleport the traps, because we use that as an advantage, because Grandma's heart makes your terror radius 0, making the trap terror radius increase terror radius by 16. Making it are chasing someone and someone else tripped the trap, that person you're chasing stops seeing your terror radius. They thought you went to the trap. Because that's what normally happens with the hack. You hear a terror radius and it disappears. This is how it goes. Her priorities will change when it comes to how she plays. And I would say guaranteed, any person I'm versing, even if they are Survivor friends, this will still fuck them up. Because there is, like, I would say no feasible way unless they have flashlights and they're good with them. But as we can see right now, I don't see a flashlight in sight. Let's see some 2 police officers and 2 females. Detective and a police officer. Leon S. Kennedy. But honestly, this should be a smooth. The only problem is that how the gens are placed. They're very like spread out, and I would have to move around everywhere. And Hag is not the best at movement speed or her lunge. Both things are actually very hindered because of the fact that she can teleport and stuff, which I won't be able to do this whole match. Not a lick can teleport. The second hand gives me 3,000 extra bonus points in deviousness, but it also says that I can't teleport to my traps because they have collision. So it would be too overpowered that they have collision, they run into your trap, teleport to it, you just smack them because they try to run past it. I have to watch out for someone getting flashlights out of the chest, because we have to remember, flashlights do fuck up our traps, making them obsolete if they're used correctly. And if anything, we don't have to destroy pallets in this game. We can kind of just leave them up as traps themselves, because, like I said, my traps have collision. If I make it so I put traps in front of or in back of a window or, you know, pallet, they can't go through them. So even if they do throw it down or they hop over the pallet, they're gonna get met with not being able to move by it. They would just have to keep staying where they are, so I can just double back and smack them. But that's the thing, I don't even have to double back and smack them. I could just break the pallet and hit them, because I'll have more time. Yes, the trap will go away before I can even break the pallet fully, but at the same time, like, okay, if I put a trap right here, they wouldn't be able to throw it down. Or they would, but at the same time, look, they're throwing it down as well. Now, there's another area we just have to put it down on. Another loop. These are dangerous loops, by the way. double power loops. Makes it so much easier for them to get away. Okay. We let them get a gen done, practically doing that, but at the same time, yep, okay. We cut the loop off right here. Yeah, we have there that way. It's not one of the females. And it's not exception, so I actually picked right on the case. Oh, I thought I pulled back fast enough, but now, he's gonna try to go down the staircase, and he met with the resistance. Sad. That's whatever. We didn't get a stack from him, but we got two. Oh, we got two stacks actually, in a sense, from him, but not exactly what we want. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to try to put him on this hook right here, but it looks like it's not gonna work because we kind of took him too far away from where we were trying to take him. Yeah, which is understandable, but at the same time, it actually helps. Third stack. It actually worked out for us. Okay, and I'm gonna trap up this place. This is the scariest place this person could be. Can't go this way. Can't go that way. And we certainly can't go this way. Now we'll leave. Because they're working on a gen, somebody. Yep. Thought we would have done this. The fact that they got the door open is bad, but at the same time it's understandable. Got him. believe I'll be able to get one kill. I don't know, try at least. His teammate is obviously going to try to block the way. I mean, is this... Yeah, is this the second? Shame. I knew they won. They're gonna run out, so it don't matter. So I want to see what push they're running. Yeah, I figured. 2 high-ranking players and 2 trash players. They're also Survivor friends. okay. We got a Feng Ming, a Meg Thomas, and a Nancy Wheeler. We should actually win this, honestly. There's 3 PC players. Someone had joined the stream earlier, but they didn't make themselves evident, apparent. But it's fine. I'm gonna win this game for them to come back. But no, I gotta be a real team player in this match, and that's why I'm gonna play differently. I'm playing a more lazily build. I'm not playing my Prestige 3 Dwight. I'm playing my pizza skin with my socks and PJs on. But what we're gonna do is, in this match, we're basically gonna demand his attention. We're gonna throw down pallet, and like the first pallet that's nearby. Actually, okay. As soon as a survivor gets hooked, because I don't want to immediately throw off the balance where I'm kind of just throwing myself to caution to the wind. If I see that someone's getting chased, there's nothing I can do about that, right? Because I don't have the ability to sit next to them and they can wiggle out faster. I didn't put that perk on here. What I did was, I made it so that if I run through, okay, quick and quiet makes it so if you run through, do a fast action that would give the killer an alert, it wouldn't. Like, I could throw down a pallet right now, but I don't want to mess up the chances that my teammate is nearby. We have nothing to alert us. Okay. So it's Hillbilly. Which is not too good for us, because that endurance, I think, will protect us from the chainsaw attack. It'll actually be a hindrance. We gotta go. He's got to put us on the left, and we're wasting his time either way. He's on that jump. He's going to the people farthest away. It's because the teammate knows that he has farthest going. So he knows that he's going to run to the person that's about to finish the game right now. If he got the power. He's going to probably run back to me. So it's risky that our teammate comes back. I think I'm going to bolt to that side because it's more open. Nah. It's all the time. There you go. I'll bolt over here. Guard finish right here. Hope he does not nurse it, because nurses are kind of messed up on that. But we can't have another mistake where I'm running into the window of the locker again. We gotta be more careful. Where thank you, there's a gen right here that we can work on. And if anything, I can hide in one of the lockers nearby. Making a locker to light, I'm scared. So I can immediately run to the locker, sitting there. And as soon as he walks to the locker to get me out, I can immediately go. Pop those. But it's really all the time. fencing, yeah, we should get this one finished. Hole in the ground. Right here. It's also where the basement's at. Now we should, yeah, there's 2 gens here too. I guess there's one by us now. Okay. Okay, he's gone. I kind of just ran through that because I was going to go save the teammate, but at the same time, I realized that I can't just save the teammate if I'm going to get chainsawed again. We're going to get used to this first. We could just go to the door, but I want to make sure our teammates are fine. Because she just got off the hook and he kind of went to the area pretty quickly. It means he's using add-ons to help him drift and go faster. But also make it so that he doesn't, his cooldown doesn't kick in as fast. Okay. We kind of have to drift with him. We have to make sure that he can't just drift hit us. Make sure the doors are at their full charge. We also have to make sure that there's no opening. That if he hits a bush, that's enough. Okay, maybe they worked on the door enough. Or the door's not over. Problem is, like, the killer like him, he could just pop out of nowhere and hit you. Like, you'll hear his tear rate in a matter of seconds, but it won't matter yet. I almost got into tear rate. Just for a couple seconds. Thing is, when we run through here, I have some time. So I have to wait a total of 3 seconds to be in. Aiming is necessary. Reset this pilot. Make it so we can, here, let's go. Okay. Just go to the store and try to open I gotta go help them, because I'm just a rando doing my own thing right now. Getting enough flip points as I can, but I also gotta run distractions for him. Gotta identify where he is and take a hit. Not chainsaw. course they are. So I just have this pallet making it more useful for my teammates when they're looping. He's guarding the sector door. So I can kind of run back to my door and open it as a second resort. Just left one. Yeah, let's go back over here. Duck, 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 duck. Oh, nope, 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 nope. That was actually scary. Idiot. Wow. Did I not play it in the performance? Oh, I think I got a, I lost my item though. Okay, yeah, I knew it, he had Center. That's how he knew certain gems were going to be finished at a certain point. And he did, that's why he didn't run to certain gems while he was chasing, because it gave him an advantage when we couldn't hear his terror radius. It was just someone who wanted to play Hillbilly more, regardless of his rank. Zay. Yeah.
Yo, hold on. The way he made it sound like he gave you a
But yeah, this was a done deal. He was obviously a noob. Couldn't play too well because it's not like we had good teamwork. It was we were too spread out, and I kept resetting pallets, and that could have been playing a part, honestly, because of the fact that, well, not near the end of the match, because the end of the match they were just playing against the door. He wasn't trying to let them out. I had already unlocked the other door, but it wasn't like I could tell them, yo guys, this door's open, and they could just all ran to my door. But either way, we all got out fine. None of us died, and he's disappointed in how he played, probably. But I'm gonna end the stream here. The description says all I need to say. I'm not gonna be like one of those people that are saying subscribe if you haven't already, like and comment if you liked the video, comment if you didn't even like the video anyway, I don't care. And this is me signing off.